He hated me with every breath, and I never understood why. All my life, I lived unaware of the shadows that followed me. Unaware that somewhere, a man's eyes were locked on me, burning with rage, sharpened by years of hate. His name was Grayson Cross. Cold, ruthless, dangerous. And I was the one he wanted to destroy. The first time I saw him, it was raining. He stood across the street, half hidden beneath the storm. His gaze never left mine, and for a moment, the world fell silent, except for the way my heart hammered against my chest.
Fear.
Or something darker. I told myself it was nothing. Just a stranger. Just my imagination. But the second time I saw him, it wasn't from a distance. A hand clamped over my mouth. Darkness swallowed me whole. And the last thing I heard before my world faded was his voice, low, venomous, filled with a hatred I couldn't understand. You don't remember, do you? You don't remember what you stole from me. When I woke, I wasn't in my apartment anymore. Chains rattled when I moved. The air was thick with leather, smoke, and power. Then he appeared, Grayson Cross, stepping out of the shadows like a nightmare made flesh. His jaw was sharp, his eyes colder than steel, but the way he looked at me, it wasn't just hate. It was something else. Something far more dangerous. You're here because of what your family did, he said, his voice steady, merciless. And I'll make sure you pay for it. I didn't know what he meant. I didn't know what crime he believed I'd committed. All I knew was that my life was no longer mine. The room was silent except for the sound of my breath. My wrists ached against the chains, but I refused to look afraid. That's what he wanted. Grayson moved with lethal grace, every step measured, controlled. His presence filled the space like smoke, suffocating and inescapable. Do you know what it feels like, he said softly, to have everything ripped away from you? To wake up every day with fire in your chest, knowing the one person who should pay walks free? I swallowed hard, shaking my head. I don't know what you think I did. His hand slammed down on the table, silencing me. His eyes were shards of glass, sharp and unyielding. Don't lie to me. You carry their blood, and for that you'll carry their sins. He leaned closer, so close I could feel his breath against my skin. Hatred rolled off him, thick and consuming, yet underneath it something darker flickered.
Desire.
Obsession. My pulse betrayed me, racing even as I whispered, "If you hate me so much, then why can't you look away?" For the first time, his mask cracked.
His jaw tightened.
His gaze dipped to my lips before snapping back up with fury. "Don't test me, princessa," he growled, but the warning sounded more like a confession. He turned away, running a hand through his hair as if trying to exorcise the thoughts that haunted him. His rage was real, but so was the way his eyes lingered on me, as if he couldn't stop himself. And in that moment, I realized the truth. His revenge wasn't clean. It wasn't simple. Because beneath all the hate, Grayson Cross was already losing the one battle he swore he would never fight. He pressed me against the wall in a sudden, violent motion, his voice breaking with fury and need. "Hate me all you want, but your body won't lie." The nights blurred together in his world of shadows. Every time the door opened, I braced for cruelty. But what I found instead was worse. Grayson Cross didn't just hate me.
He needed me.
I caught it in the way his eyes lingered too long, the way his hands trembled when they should have been steady. He wanted to break me. But every time he looked at me, I could see it, he was breaking too. One night, he cornered me. His hand gripped the back of my chair, his body caging me in. His voice was low, ragged. "I swore I'd make you suffer. So, why the hell do I want to taste you instead?" His lips brushed mine, a fleeting touch that stole the air from my lungs. And in that stolen second, I wasn't his prisoner. I was his obsession. I should have hated him. I should have fought harder. Instead, I found myself whispering his name. The kiss that followed was violent, desperate, forbidden. A war between hate and hunger. And when it ended, neither of us was the same. Because revenge had turned into something neither of us could control. The truth came like a blade to the chest. I wasn't guilty. My family was. They had betrayed destroyed everything he loved. And I was simply the one left to bear their sins. Grayson's rage should have burned hotter. But instead, I saw torment in his eyes.
He wanted to hate me.
But he couldn't. Not anymore. You're innocent, he admitted, his voice raw. But I don't care. You're still mine. The world outside closed in. Enemies circled, hungry for his blood, eager for my silence. We were bound together, not just by hate or desire, but by danger. That night, as bullets shattered the glass around us, he pulled me into his arms, shielding me with his body. I'll kill them all before I lose you, he growled. And for the first time, I believed him. But the truth was undeniable. His war for revenge had already become his war for me. The storm broke in fire and blood. Grayson's enemies came for us, tearing through walls, desperate to see him fall. But he fought like a man with nothing to lose. And when the smoke cleared, only two of us remained standing, scarred, broken, but alive. He turned to me, his chest heaving, eyes blazing with everything he had once tried to deny. Revenge brought me to you, he said, voice hoarse. But obsession is why I'll never let you go. I stared at him, torn between everything he'd taken from me and everything he'd become. The man who stole my freedom was the same man who set fire to my soul. And against all reason, against all logic, I chose him. Because sometimes love isn't soft. Sometimes it's born in the ashes of hate, in the ruin of revenge. Grayson Cross swore to destroy me. But instead, he became the only destruction I was willing to embrace. Revenge was the reason he took me, but obsession was the reason he could never let me go.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more dark romance stories.